Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Halloween. I went book shopping today with my mother-in-law, so I have a haul for you guys and some reading progress to share for some books I'm currently reading. The first book that I'm reading is By a Thread by Lucy Score. I started this book 2 weeks ago. It's pretty long. It's over 500 pages. I'm currently on page 328. And I think, so most of Lucy Score's other books have gotten 4 stars. This will probably get the same rating. The next book is a Christmas book called How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. Kathleen and I are reading this for our holiday TBR for this year. And the sequel to it just came out on October 7th, the same day that Mate was released. I am currently on page 305. The next book that I bought today was Merry Christmas, Your Filthy Animal, the sequel to How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. So I haven't started this yet, but I'm going to start it later on tonight. The next book for the From Manhattan to Stars Hollow TBR that I picked up at the bookstore today was Welcome Home to Stars Falls by Kate Hewitt. Kathleen and I found out about this author by a post we found on Instagram about books that make you think of Gilmore Girls. So I have a feeling that this author must really like Gilmore Girls because she gave the town in her book a very similar name to Stars Hollow. She just called it Stars Fall. The next book that I bought today is Winter Street by Hannah Bonham Young. This is by the same author as Out on a Limb and Out of the Woods. So I gave Out on a Limb 5 stars and Out of the Woods 3 stars. This book has gotten pretty mixed reviews on on Bookstagram so far based on the videos that I have seen. The main male character's name is Milo, who shares the name with the actor who plays Jess on Gilmore Girls. Anticipated rating based on the rating of other books that I have given by this author. Probably somewhere in between 3 and 5, because Out on a Limb was 5 and Out of the Woods was 3. Predicted rating for this book, 4 stars. We will have to see what happens. The next book I am reading for the From Manhattan to Stars Hollow TBR is Winter Street by Elin Hildenbrand. I have 2 other books by Elin Hildenbrand on this TBR as well that I am going to read. So I am rereading this series of books. It's a quartet of books. We're reading the first one this year, and then we're finishing the rest of the series next Christmas, because we already have a lot of books on our December TBR for this year. So far, I am on page 144. The next book I picked up at Bull Moose today is Good Spirits, which is on my 10 Before the End TBR, which I mentioned in the video that I made last night. What the 10 Before the End video TBR basically is, it's basically essentially my TBR for November and December, and probably January, depending on when some of these other books come in at the library. Good Spirits is B.K. Borson's latest holiday release. She is the same author of the Love Life Farm series. I reread this book every Christmas, and I have always loved the chemistry between Stella and Luca, and I am very, very excited to read this book. The male main character is the ghost of Christmas past from A Christmas Carol. So this is kind of supernatural in a way because it's based on one of the ghosts from A Christmas Carol. The next book is actually a book that my mother-in-law purchased for me today. So thank you, Sally, for the book. It's called The Duke Who Didn't by Courtney Milan. It's the first book I've ever read by this author, so I'm really excited about it. I hope I like it, because if I do, then I will definitely be reading more from this author. The next book that I'm reading is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This is a reread for me. I first read it back in 2023. It is Ali Hazelwood's first contemporary romance book, I think. Wait a second. Yeah, this book came out in 2021, so I think this was her debut release that came out. It's a teacher-student romance that focuses on Olive and Adam. And Adam also makes an appearance in Ali Hazelwood's February release, Deep End, as one of the professors that the main character Lucas has as a professor. I did not like Deep End. I think it is too overhyped. So that is my least favorite Ali Hazelwood book. When I first read this book a couple of years ago, I gave it 3 stars. So now that I have seen a couple of episodes, well, I've seen the episode where Ross dates his student a couple of times since Matthew Perry passed away. And that's what kind of introduced me to the student dating the teacher trope. Another book that I have read with this trope in it is called My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. And that's even grosser than the one where Ross dates a student or The Love Hypothesis, because basically it involves grooming, because this 45-year-old teacher grooms his 16-year-old student to be his girlfriend. And basically the whole book is this girl talking about her past trauma to her therapist. I gave that book 2 stars. I couldn't get through it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to rereading this. And then Kathleen and I will be reviewing this book for the podcast in October after we watch episode 10 of season 4 of Gilmore Girls, The Nanny and the Professor, where Paris dates Asher. The next book that I picked up was a 5-star read for me back in the winter time. It's called The Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. This takes place in San Francisco in the 1950s. It's a LGBTQ plus romance that is set in the scene of San Francisco clubs. And I picked this book for the TBR because the main female character makes me think of Lane from Gilmore Girls. The next book is The 5-Star Weekend by Elin Hildenbrand. This is one of my favorite books by Elin Hildenbrand that I have read. I have read a lot of her books, and I would say this is easily top ranked in the 4 to 5-star tier. So I'm excited to be rereading this for the TBR. The last book in today's haul is also by Elin Hildenbrand. It's the latest release, the book that she co-wrote with her daughter, Shelby. It's called The Academy, and Kathleen and I selected this book for the TBR for next year because the school in this book is very similar to Chilton Academy. So I'm very excited to read this. It's been getting pretty good reviews. I mean, it's Aylin Hildenbrand. She's probably one of my favorite authors that I've read in the past couple of years, so I'm very excited. So if you have read any of these books that I have talked about, please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I will be sharing progress on them and future updates. Thank you. Have a good weekend.